Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what 30 seconds feels like it lasts the longest. The moments after sending a risky text and you see, so and so is typing, but it keeps starting and stopping. Reminds me of a tweet that went something like, you ever send a text that's so risky, you clean your entire house. Better than being left on read. You can no longer send messages to this contact. A skippable 30-second ad. It's interesting how now I can't stand a 5-second ad on YouTube, and when I was a kid it was normal to watch 10 minutes of ads every 20 minutes of TV programming. Never thought of it like that. I suppose it's because TV shows are designed to cater to that ad break. I.e. stories are normally told in 2 parts, usually with a cliffhanger in the middle to keep you around for part 2. A bit like an interval in a play. YouTube videos aren't like that, the ads can happen in the middle of a sentence, so it's more shocking to the viewer. You actually recognize it as an advert rather than an ad break. Having happy birthday sung to you. What do I do with my face? What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my eyes? It was the damnedest thing. We were just singing happy birthday when he reached for a fork and tried to stab out his own eye. Waiting for someone to get out of the bathroom. And then you just have to hold your breath and hurry. Trying to put my change back in my wallet in line at the convenience store with people in line behind me. Or when your card won't read in the debit machine, but you know you have the money in your account, so you have to run it 2 or 3 more times. I just shove my money in my pockets and put it in my wallet later. Getting past the sex scene while watching a movie with your parents. Suddenly I feel like staring at the floor. Going to pee or drink water or stare at the wall or check my phone. Proceed to freeze on seat while the sex scene plays. That gooey stuff they put in your mouth when you have braces. Yo, I did this and my gag reflex was so bad I started crying and retching at the same time. Then I let out the largest burp I've ever had and it echoed throughout the entire office. LMAO. Same, my gag reflex has always been intense. I think it took them like 5 tries to get an okay mold. When someone says we need to talk. The best response to that is yeah. We do. Congrats. Now we're both scared. Edit, holy crap. This blew up. Thank you. Asterisk, you know, reverse card asterisk. My toothbrush vibrates every 30 seconds letting me know it's time to switch sides. Sometimes it feels like I brushed for 4 minutes and it vibrates again. Edit, thanks for the awards even though I'm not sure what they mean. Edit 2, I own a swaka, not a quip. But I may be joining the group soon. The 30 seconds you are stuck on the wrong side of a locked bathroom door. What's the wrong side of a locked bathroom door? The side the killer is on. Before your scores are announced. The moment the site is cached and you cry for another 5 minutes till you realize you didn't cry hard enough. You are on a bus, going home, when 3/4 of the way through you have the overwhelming urge to pee. A few years ago coming home from camp I had to pee so bad. Like it hurt for probably 15 minutes, that how bad it was. So the bus stopped and I had to get off the bus and pee on the side of the road. What really sucked was that the road was next to a hill and I had to go partly up the hill because there was barbed wire about halfway up. I had to pee so bad because I drank around 2 liters of water in one shot before the bus left. I went to a Christian camp, and all of the counselors urged us to stay hydrated. That I did. Which led to me having to pee during the chapel services. The first night it hurt to walk, hurt to pee, somehow it made it so much more difficult to pee but still hurt the same, all cause I committed to staying in the service. Next night I didn't try that again and I had to leave early. That was the clearest my pee has been for my entire life. Washing machine says 30 sec. It is never 30 sec. I've actually timed my washing machine and it is around 4 minutes. Not sure why it always says 30 sec. The ones at the laundromat say 28, I set my timer for 28, it goes off, I check, they say 4. Liars and cheats, the lot of them. Edit, u/Tamiddler points out. You're probably overloading your machine or have items that absorb a lot of water in there, blankets, denim etc. It'll adjust the timer if it thinks there's still too much water inside. Plank. I don't think I've ever experienced the slowing of time until I did a plank. There's some kind of time warp. Treadmills had a similar time warp. Running, currently at 0.97 miles. Okay, I'm not going to look back at the display until I'm at least over 1 mile. Listen to a whole song and watch half an episode of Sportcenter. Watch someone outside who definitely walked 0.3 miles at a much slower speed. Check display again as it ticks up from 0.97 to 0.98. Well, at least I burned 6 calories. WTF. It's fucking magic, I tell you. Being in a CT scanner when they tell you to be perfectly still. And when they said to hold your breath but not for how long, and you're just waiting for the all clear to breathe like, do I just pass out here? Don't want to mess up these scans. I would hate to inconvenience them by messing up their scan, I'll just pass out in their giant doubt. Edit. During my last MRI they let me listen to music, and they told me to stay as still as possible, but they let me listen to Jump Around House of Pain. They played themselves. When you are having a panic attack. This is the truth tight here. Especially the disassociation afterwards where it feels like nothing is real and you're disconnected from time. It's terrifying to know that your mind/body are just capable of doing that. Once a girl at my school gave me a panic attack. I walked away from the situation but I couldn't leave the building because it was freezing outside. I went back to get my jacket and she continued to harass me. I then broke down and people escorted me out. Later when I was calling several people to talk to, it finally hit me that I had recorded the event on my phone without her knowing. Like I had full on forgot I had my phone secretly recording, cause my brain turned to mush during the event. The video helped me prove she was harassing me and I wasn't just breaking down for nothing. When the traffic light changes from red to green. My dad seconds this. The dude honking the horn behind me while I type this also agrees. Getting an IUD placed. Oh God. When I got mine the doctor was tugging the string to make sure it was in the right place. The string snapped. So she had to get the duckbill thing and redilate me and put in a completely new one. This is the worst case scenario. I can't even imagine. You have my sympathies. My mom had a surgery to save her life and when her surgeon walked across the waiting room to update me those were the longest seconds of my life. About halfway towards me he gave a thumbs up and wow, happiest moment. Edit. Wow, thank you, I'm so inept I haven't ever gotten any awards, I don't know how to thank people. This whole post made me so happy. Thank you kind strangers for commiserating with me about our loved ones. I love Reddit. Sounds extremely stressful, glad she's okay. Thank you, now I can look back on that moment as a happy one. But time definitely stood still. Good guy doctor giving you the thumbs up cause he knows you were probably freaking the fuck out watching him walk towards you, but didn't wanna shout across the room as that's unprofessional lol. Microwave. Beep. As a crisis counselor, from conversations I've held over the past few years, I would say the 30 seconds one struggles to act on completing suicide. I've felt their pain as they've fought the ultimate mind battle in this small amount of time whether or not to end their lives. Man. I've only felt this a handful of times but it really does feel like you're stuck in a timeless purgatory when you're debating which path you're going to take. The worst part is even when you make it to the morning, you can feel that a part of you still died inside that night. Something about waking up the next morning, having prepared yourself for never doing that again the previous night, really sticks with you in a way that's hard to describe. Feeling as thought you're not supposed to exist. That end of poop which refuses go out nor go back in. Do you mean like when you take a huge dump and then realize nothing hit the water? Yeah, it's like tug of war. You want it go out. You put your time into it. When it's about to go out, you lose energy and you take a breath. Then, it goes back in. Gotta be drowning or almost drowning. Gordon Lightfoot wasn't kidding when he said the waves turn the minutes to hours. Two incidents still stick in my head decades after they happened, once at swimming lessons before I could tread water and the instructor wasn't paying attention to me and I started going under. It was probably only 30 seconds but I thought that was it. Another time having a canoe overturn in Lake Erie and trying to get it righted. That time I even had a life jacket but the fact the waves kept throwing water over my face really made me think I was done for. Surprised it took me all the way down to your comment for this. The closest I have come is being flipped out of a whitewater raft. I was most definitely under for less than 30 seconds, but it felt like forever. We failed to perform a high side and everyone but the guide was tossed out of the boat. The raft came back down upside right. I didn't know this, but all I could tell was that I couldn't get up to the surface. I was under the raft. Reaching around for anything, I felt another person. I pulled them up and they went higher than I was. Turned out that was my sister and she surfaced next to the boat. I pulled myself that way and final got air. All in total it could not have been more than 10 seconds, 15 to tops. But it felt like eternity.